Willemstad. The name itself conjures up images of colorful buildings, sparkling turquoise waters, and a vibrant culture. Willemstad, the capital of Curaçao, is a living, breathing testament to a rich and layered past. Nestled on the southern coast of the island, Willemstad is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The city is a fascinating blend of Dutch colonial architecture and Caribbean charm. The harbour has always been the lifeblood of Willemstad. The Dutch West India Company needed a strategic location in the Caribbean. Willemstad fit the bill perfectly. The city sits on a natural harbour. This made it an important trading post. Goods, people and ideas flowed through Willemstad for centuries. The city's history is etched into its buildings, streets and squares. Walking through Willemstad is like stepping back in time. You can almost hear the echoes of merchants bargaining, ships' horns blowing, and music spilling out from local taverns. But Willemstad isn't stuck in the past. The city is very much alive. It has a pulse and energy that's contagious. So let's begin our adventure. The story of Willemstad begins in the 17th century. The Dutch, seeking a foothold in the Caribbean, arrived on Curaçao. They were drawn to its natural harbour. The island was already inhabited by the Arawak people. But the Dutch claimed the island for themselves. They established a settlement in 1634. This small outpost would eventually grow into the bustling city of Willemstad. The Dutch quickly set about fortifying their new possession. Fort Amsterdam, built in 1638, still stands today. It's a reminder of the city's turbulent past. The fort protected Willemstad from pirates and rival colonial powers. The Dutch West India Company played a pivotal role in Willemstad's development. Willemstad became a major trading hub. Goods from Europe, Africa, and the Americas passed through its port. This mix of cultures shaped Willemstad's unique identity. One of the first things you notice about Willemstad is its vibrant colors. The buildings are painted in a rainbow of hues. From pastel pinks and yellows to bold blues and greens, the city is a feast for the eyes. Legend has it that a Dutch governor in the 19th century suffered from migraines. He believed the sun's glare off the whitewashed buildings exacerbated his condition. He issued a decree. All buildings had to be painted in colors other than white. Whether the story is true or not, the result is a city unlike any other. Walking through the streets of Willemstad is like stepping into a living postcard. The colorful buildings reflect the city's vibrant culture and history. The architecture of Willemstad is a unique blend of Dutch, Spanish, and Portuguese influences. The narrow gabled houses are reminiscent of Amsterdam. The heart of Willemstad is its harbour. It's divided into two main parts, the St. Anna Bay and the Schottegat. The Punda and Otrabanda districts face each other across St. Anna Bay. They are connected by the Queen Emma Bridge. This pontoon bridge swings open to allow ships to pass. Punda, the oldest part of the city, was once the commercial centre. It's home to many of Willemstad's most important landmarks. These include Fort Amsterdam, the Governor's Palace, and the Mikveh Israel Emmanuel Synagogue. The synagogue is the oldest surviving synagogue in the Western Hemisphere. Otrabanda, meaning the other side, developed later. It was originally a residential area for the working class. Today, Otrabanda is a vibrant district with shops, restaurants, and cultural attractions. The Rif Fort, once a military stronghold, is now a popular shopping and entertainment complex. The harbour has always been the lifeblood of Willemstad. It was a major port for the slave trade. This dark chapter in the city's history is commemorated at the Curaçao Museum. Today, the harbour is a hub for tourism and trade. Cruise ships dock alongside cargo vessels. The waterfront is lined with restaurants and bars. Willemstad is more than just its picturesque harbour. Step away from the waterfront and you'll discover a city of hidden courtyards, charming alleyways, and historic neighbourhoods. Each area has its own unique character. Take the time to explore, and you'll be rewarded with glimpses of Willemstad's soul. One such neighbourhood is Charloes. Once a wealthy residential area, Charloes fell into disrepair in the 20th century. But in recent years, it has experienced a revival. artists and entrepreneurs have breathed new life into the neighborhood. Another hidden gem is Pitamai. Located just east of Punda, Pitamai was once a quiet residential area. Today, it's a bustling district known for its nightlife and bohemian vibe. The streets are lined with restaurants, bars, and guest houses. Willemstad is a melting pot of cultures. The city's history is reflected in its diverse population and their traditions. From the Dutch colonial heritage to the African and Caribbean influences, Willemstad is a tapestry woven from many threads. This cultural blend is evident in everything from the food to the music to the language. Papiamentu, the local language, is a fascinating example of Willemstad's cultural fusion. It's a Creole language that blends elements of Portuguese, Spanish, Dutch, English, and African languages. The culinary scene in Willemstad is equally diverse. You'll find Dutch pancakes and Indonesian rijsttafel alongside Caribbean jerk chicken and seafood fresh from the harbour. Music is the heartbeat of Willemstad. From the rhythmic sounds of tambour to the lively tunes of salsa and merengue, music fills the air. Every city has its secrets, and Willemstad is no exception. Beneath the surface of its colourful charm lie intriguing stories and lesser-known facts waiting to be discovered. These hidden gems add another layer to Willemstad's allure, revealing a city full of surprises. One such curiosity is the story behind the floating market. Every morning, boats from Venezuela arrive in Willemstad's harbour, laden with fresh produce, fish, and spices. These floating vendors create a vibrant marketplace on the water. Another intriguing fact is the existence of the Curaçao liqueur distillery. While the exact recipe remains a closely guarded secret, the distillery offers tours where you can learn about the process of making this world-famous liqueur. Discover the history of the liqueur and its connection to the island's unique citrus fruit, the laraja. For a taste of local folklore, delve into the legend of the Blue Curaçao. Willemstad's unique blend of history, culture, and architecture hasn't gone unnoticed. In 1997, the historic area of Willemstad in a City and Harbour, Curaçao, was inscribed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This prestigious designation recognizes the city's outstanding universal value. It's a testament to the efforts made to preserve Willemstad's heritage for future generations. Being a UNESCO World Heritage Site comes with responsibilities. The city has a duty to protect and preserve its historic buildings, neighborhoods, and cultural traditions. It's a delicate balancing act between progress and preservation. Willemstad has to find ways to modernize while respecting its past. The UNESCO designation has brought many benefits to Willemstad. It's raised the city's international profile. This has led to increased tourism and investment. The designation also provides access to funding and expertise for conservation and restoration projects. Willemstad is a city in constant evolution. It's finding ways to adapt to the 21st century while preserving its unique character. The city has embarked on ambitious restoration projects. The goal is to revitalize historic buildings and public spaces. These efforts have breathed new life into old neighborhoods. One example is the revitalization of the Handelscade waterfront. Once a neglected area, the Handelscade has been transformed into a lively promenade. It's lined with shops, restaurants, and cultural attractions. The restored colonial buildings are painted in their original bright colors. The city is also investing in sustainable tourism initiatives. These include promoting eco-friendly tours and activities. They also support local businesses. The goal is to create a tourism industry that benefits both visitors and residents. Education is key to preserving Willemstad's heritage. Willemstad is more than just a pretty face. It's a city with a rich history, a vibrant culture, and a bright future. It's a place where the past and present coexist harmoniously. Whether you're strolling along the colorful Handelscade, exploring the narrow streets of Punda, or soaking up the sun on one of Curaçao's pristine beaches, Willemstad has something to offer everyone. The city's warm and welcoming atmosphere is infectious. The locals are proud of their heritage. They're eager to share it with visitors, so come and experience the magic of Willemstad for yourself. Let its charm captivate you, its history inspire you, and its beauty leave a lasting impression. Let's imagine a typical day in Willemstad. The sun rises over the Caribbean, casting a warm glow on the colourful buildings. The air is already thick with the scent of spices and freshly brewed coffee. The city is slowly waking up, but the harbour is already bustling with activity. Fishermen are unloading their catch, while vendors set up their stalls at the floating market. You begin your day with a stroll along the Handelscade. The morning light bathes the buildings in a soft light, making the colours even more vibrant. You stop for a coffee at a sidewalk cafe, watching the city come to life. Locals are heading to work, while tourists are starting their day of sightseeing. Next, you cross the Queen Emma Bridge to Punda. The bridge swings open to let a sailboat pass, a reminder that Willemstad is a working harbour. You wander through the narrow streets, admiring the colonial architecture and browsing the shops. As the afternoon heat begins to fade, you venture beyond the city walls. A short drive takes you to one of Curaçao's pristine beaches. The turquoise water is crystal clear, and the white sand is soft beneath your feet. You spend the rest of the afternoon swimming, sunbathing, and simply relaxing. As the sun begins to set, you head back towards the city. You stop at a roadside stand for a refreshing coconut water, watching the sky transform into a canvas of vibrant colors. Back in Willemstad, the city is bathed in a warm glow. The streetlights flicker on, casting long shadows across the colorful buildings. The atmosphere is electric, with locals and tourists alike enjoying the cool evening air. As the evening draws to a close, you find a quiet spot on the waterfront. The stars are out in full force, and the gentle breeze carries the sound of the waves lapping against the shore. You reflect on your day in Willemstad, feeling grateful for the opportunity to experience this unique and enchanting city. Willemstad is a place that stays with you long after you've left. It's a city that awakens the senses, stirs the imagination, and captures the heart. It's a reminder that beauty can be found in the most unexpected places, and that history, culture, and nature can coexist in perfect harmony. As you drift off to sleep, you can still hear the faint sounds of music from the distance and smell the salt air in your hair. You know that you'll carry the memories of Willemstad with you always, a reminder of a special place where time seems to stand still. Willemstad doesn't just exist within the lines drawn on a map. It lives and breathes in its people, its stories, and its vibrant colors. It's a city that defies easy categorization. It's both ancient and modern, a blend of cultures woven into a tapestry as rich and varied as the hues that adorn its buildings. To walk its streets is to embark on a journey through time, where each corner reveals a new layer of its fascinating past. The echoes of Dutch merchants, African rhythms, and Spanish whispers still linger in the air, reminding us that Willemstad's story is one written by many hands. The legacy of its past is not a burden, but a source of strength, shaping its present and guiding its future. The city has learned to embrace its complexities, finding beauty in its contradictions and strength in its diversity. The restoration efforts, the vibrant cultural scene, and the warmth of its people all point towards a city determined to preserve its heritage while looking towards the future. Willemstad understands that its true wealth lies not just in its architectural treasures, but also in the spirit of its people and the stories they carry. Willemstad is more than just a capital city. It's the beating heart of Curaçao. Its rhythm pulses outwards, influencing everything from the island's cuisine to its music, its art, and its very soul. To experience Willemstad is to experience the essence of Curaçao itself, a place where the sun-drenched landscapes mirror the warmth of its people and where the vibrant colors of its buildings reflect the richness of its culture. As you leave the shores of this enchanting island, You carry with you more than just souvenirs and photographs. You carry the spirit of Willemstad, a reminder that beauty can be found in the most unexpected places and that the most enduring legacies are often painted in 1,000 different colors. So, let the memory of Willemstad linger in your heart, a reminder to seek out the vibrant tapestry of life wherever you go, and to find joy in the stories whispered on the streets, painted on the walls, and reflected in the smiles of the people you meet. For in the end, it's these connections, these shared moments of humanity, that truly color our world.